They gave me some advice, and what they said was, hello everyone, welcome to a Biz Creator channel. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So today the topic is ChatGPT and how I wasted 2 hours this morning trying to generate an image with prompts. ChatGPT was being very difficult, and I'm going to explain to you why, and I'm going to explain to you my chat experience. So if you're thinking about getting ChatGPT as a newbie, like I am, if you're thinking about buying the subscription, it's $20 a month, or if you're new to ChatGPT and you want to do image generation, please stick around. Or if you just want to learn about ChatGPT, this is a great video because I'm going to make it pretty brief and basic for you. So the reason why I got ChatGPT is because I have a new Etsy store that I'm working on. And this morning, my goal was to work on the Etsy store and work on a couple other things. But I got sidetracked when I got into GPT because I started dumping some data in there, and I thought, hey, let me practice some image generation and let me see if I can change my YouTube banner up a little bit. And it was so frustrating. 2 hours later, it was like, what is going on here? It is not working. And I'll explain to you briefly why. I think by the end of it, I was in a pretty bad mood, and I really tried my best to give it the best prompts. And so first of all, what you need to understand is that you need to be specific with the text and the image prompts that you use. The more information you have, the better. Otherwise, the image will appear bloated. But even so, even when I give it specific prompts and I say, for example, make the text 50% smaller, or move or recenter the text or the image, it still doesn't do it. It's very annoying. And I'll tell you why at the end, why it's not prompting as I go along. I did learn something about it, but I also did learn something about ChatGPT, that it wasn't all me. It is a new system, a new technology, so it's definitely not perfect, and they make that very clear. A lot of techies make that clear, and you can also, even on ChatGPT, they tell you they're still getting things right, or however they word it. So it's not perfect, so keep that in mind. So what ChatGPT does, it memorizes the previous image prompts. It's supposed to memorize the previous image prompts, except for this time. I created images last week, but this time it just seems a little bit more difficult, and it just wasn't understanding the specific prompt that I was using. But before, this specific prompt that I was using was working, and also for other creators. And the prompt is, once you create the image, once you submit the image and you prompt it as to what you want it to look like, and you get the image, and then you want them to change it a little bit, you say, keep everything the same, but ... So if you want them to change maybe the size of the text or something, you tell it, keep everything the same. But for some reason, that prompt was not working. So here's an example of an image. I'll put it on the screen. Yeah, I mean, this was a good one, but when I show you the screen share, I'm like, what? Where are they getting? I don't even look like that. Like, it looks really creepy. It looks really creepy. So this is the prompt that I used, and here's the image and the prompt. Okay. Make this YouTube banner 3D, at least 2048 by 1152 pixels and 6 millibytes or less. Change the colors to white and dark and magenta with a pop of gray, and add a small photo of my face added here on it to the right side. Remove the background on my photo, brighten it up, and lastly, adjust the text so it all fits on the banner. Make it tech forward vibe. Okay, so I kind of told it to give it a vibe because I thought you were supposed to do that, but the word tech forward, actually it conflicts with some of the other words that I was using as I was changing the prompts and trying to get the best image that I was trying to get. And as we move along, I'll explain that here in detail. So that's point number one. Point number two, I'm going to show you examples here now of prompts that I tested. So on to point 3. I hope you enjoyed the screen share. It's my first time using it. I use Snippet, so hopefully that worked out, that you learned something from that. I thought I'd share those images with you, even though it's super transparent of me to share them, because it was very frustrating. And if you know the best prompts to use, please let me know in the comments below. That would be helpful. So what I learned from image generation in ChatGPT was that the words will be misinterpreted. The word prompts that you're using and the style and the vibe will be misinterpreted in ChatGPT. And at the very end, I said, you know what? I told ChatGPT, I said, I'm very frustrated with these image prompts. They didn't come out the way I wanted them to. And they gave me some advice. And what they said was, they apologized, sorry that you were frustrated, blah, blah, blah. And they said, there is a limitation in the current AI image generation system. There wasn't a limitation before, so I don't know what's going on with that, because the previous prompt that I would use would be keep everything the same, but change this. And ChatGPT would memorize the previous image. But now they're saying that there's a limitation in the current AI image generation system. So I think they made it more difficult to prompt it, and I don't think that's cool. I think obviously as the software evolves and everything like that, and the technology tries to get better, it's not. Even just from last week, they're making it more difficult for some reason. So obviously we have to get better with the prompts, and that's going to only happen with practice and knowledge and just troubleshooting, but it is very time consuming and it's frustrating. But you learn as you go, right? So number 1, ChatGPT said that AI can't truly replicate a layout exactly. Like for instance, keep everything the same. The image generation doesn't have memory. It tries to interpret the prompt. So what ChatGPT is trying to say, that it doesn't memorize the previous, which is bullcrap because it has before. So I'm like, what is going on here? Number 2, it said that I'm over interpreting style prompts. Like I'm putting professional or tech forward along with but clean my face up a little bit, like soften it up a little bit. It's conflicting with the prompt that I'm using with photorealistic. So basically, if I'm saying tech forward and photorealistic in the previous prompts, it is confusing the system, I guess, because I guess further up in the feed I was saying make my face tech forward, meaning I wanted it to look AI generated. But then I was also telling it to be photorealistic, which was conflicting information. So anyway, I'm not much of a tech nerd, but I feel like I'm becoming one, but that's okay, because I feel like businesses, and if you are an entrepreneur, we need to evolve with the technology. So this is kind of like a learning curve for all of us. So if you have great image prompt generation ideas below, please let me know. I want my face to look very obviously digitally enhanced, but still humanly realistic as possible. But I want the quality to be amazing, right? Like a professional camera. And for some reason, ChatGPT is not getting it. Okay, and lastly, content policy confusion, face swap. According to ChatGPT, I'm not supposed to put someone else's face on my body, and that's not what I was doing. What I was doing, I was copying a picture that they had done further up in the feed that I really liked, and I was asking them to put that image into the banner with the text, blah, 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 and they saw it as a face swap, and they're trying to perfect their content policy guidelines, which is a total error. It was their image. So yeah, they're still working out all of the kinks and the wrinkles in ChatGPT. So it's definitely not perfect. So just be patient and keep practicing. I think once I get the best prompt, I'm going to save what it is, because I can picture the image that I like, and I'll put the one up here that I like. That's the one that I like. It looks mostly like me, but it also looks a little techy, almost cartoony in a way. But if they could soften it up and make it a little bit more human, photorealistic, it would be perfect. But I can't seem to get GPT to do that, so here we are. So anyway, I hope you like this video. It was very short, and this isn't a tech channel, but I am a branding channel, and I feel like talking about technology and ChatGPT is part of the growing process. And so it's good to share ideas and to share knowledge when it comes to new technology and evolving in our businesses and in our ventures. And that's why I'm here, is to support you so we can learn together. And if you have any questions about ChatGPT, please leave them below in the comments. I'd be glad to answer your questions. There's so many different things that you can do with ChatGPT, and I am going to have a playlist. I'm going to name it AI or ChatGPT. I don't want to lose viewers and followers because of ChatGPT, but I do want to learn technology. So I'm going to do my journey here on YouTube, my career, my real life career journey here is going to be very detailed with different niches. So that's one of the niches, is AI and technology. I feel like it's great content to put out because a lot of people are searching for it right now, and it's important for us to share knowledge and kind of document as we go along the way. But I'd have to say that that last policy guideline confusion was very odd, because I was using the image that they had sent me. I wasn't reusing someone else's image. So strange. Yeah, so thank you for stopping by. I think I covered everything here, and thank you for stopping by. I covered everything here that I was trying to get out, and I appreciate you. You are great, and welcome to the Great Room. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.